800-1986.
And we welcome you back as we are getting set for Game 2 of our doubleheader between Post 8 and Harrisburg, as the Eights will look for a split after a 13-3 loss in Game number 1. We look through the starting lineup. Carter Scheffelbein will lead things off. He is the pitcher here in Game number 2. Sutton Sunshine, the left fielder, will bat second. Dawson Getz, the shortstop, will bat third. And Cooper Twilger, the first baseman, batting fourth. Charlie Simpson, the right fielder, batting fifth. Hudson Stosher, the second baseman, will bat sixth. Parker O'Brien, the third baseman, batting seventh. Nolan Peterson, the catcher, batting eighth. And Porter Hunsley, the center fielder, will bat ninth for Post 8. For Harrisburg, Eli Kokenge will lead things off. He's the shortstop. Noah Boucher, the first baseman, batting second. Bryson Esser, the left fielder, batting third. Ethan Beek, the DH, will bat fourth. Griffin Schlopkohl, the catcher, batting fifth. Tate Muntz, the right fielder, will bat sixth. Michael Oakland, the third baseman, batting seventh. Darren Safransky, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Ty Raymond, the center fielder, batting ninth. Gabe Long is the pitcher for Harrisburg in our second game. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and have you ready for Game 2 of our doubleheader. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
Summer is here, and Beck Motor Company is stepping up to the plate. As a proud supporter of Legion Baseball, we're hitting it out of the park with unbeatable deals on the Chevy and Cadillac vehicles. Whether you're looking for the power of a Chevy Silverado or the luxury of a Cadillac Escalade, Beck Motor Company has the perfect ride for you. So swing by today. Take your game and your drive to the next level. Beck Motor Company, your local Chevy and Cadillac dealer. Proud to support our youth and ready to put you behind the wheel of your dream vehicle. www.beck-motors.com. 605-224-5912.
Walking together in faith, living together in faith, working together in faith, that's who we are.
Hi, this is Pastor Sam Hanschke. I hope that our athletes have an excellent and successful season. I pray that God would continue to richly bless them. I invite you to join me in praying for our athletes during the year.
We're Faith Lutheran and we are glad you're here.
We welcome you back as we are set for Game 2 between Post 8 and Harrisburg. John, we're here with you on this Sunday afternoon, as it will be the pitcher to lead things off, Carter Scheffelbein, followed by Sutton Sunshine, the left fielder, and Dawson Getz, the shortstop, as we get set for our second and final game here in Harrisburg. And again, the game time temperature, 93 degrees. That wind is still blowing, feels like 95. The wind is blowing it more north-northwest at 25 and gusting at 38, which, in terms of the direction, just know that here, if you can see the American flag back there, if you're watching on YouTube, it is blowing straight out towards pretty much center field. Scheffelbein will dig in to get set for our second game. First pitch will bounce in for ball one from Gabe Long as we're underway here at 2:56 in our second game of our doubleheader. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss inside. Scheffelbein will move out of the way, and the count's now 2-0. You can hear that wind howling in the crowd mic. Gabe Long has thrown 7 2/3 innings. This is his first start in 6 appearances. 5 relief appearances so far. 2-0 pitch will hit the bottom of the zone for a strike. Count goes to 2-1. In those 7 2/3 innings, he's given up 7 hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, with 13 walks and 10 strikeouts. As the count moves to 3-1, his ERA coming into the ball game at 6.39 and whip at 2.61. Batting average against at 241. As a squad for Harrisburg, and they've only had one other pitcher, that being Ethan Beek. They're giving up a batting average against at 238. Here's a line shot, and that is on the one hop to Michael Oakland, the third baseman. The throw to first, staying on the bag. And there is one down. The first baseman stayed on the bag. And Noah Boucher and Coach River Iverson will walk his way across the field to talk and to see if he can maybe get an appeal to the home plate umpire to see if he stayed on the base or not. And apparently no appeal will be made to the home plate umpire.
Bat number 6, Sunshine.
There was a great play over at third by Michael Oakland to come away with it. And then the throw almost took Boucher off the bag. And for Post State, they thought he came off the bag. As Sunshine will miss or take ball one, missing high and away. First base umpire said that he stayed on the bag. Coach Iverson was hoping that you at least maybe talk to the home plate umpire about it. He decided he did not need to, so there's a runner, nobody on with one out here in the top of the first inning. And a 2-0 count here to Sun and Shine. A 2-0 pitch will miss low, and the count is now 3-0 to Sun and Shine. Sun and Shine in game number 1 had the first RBI of the 2 RBIs in total of the game. He went 1 for 2. The single driving in the run, then drew a walk. 3-0 pitch is right down the middle for a strike, and the count's 3-1. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Sun and Shine will sky this one up behind second base in the outfield. Coming in is the center fielder to make the catch. Ty Raymond slides and makes the catch, and wasn't really trying to slide. He was stopping himself as Koketch was coming out. Raymond was coming in, and he was able to call off the last minute, make the catch, and retire Sun and Shine. And 2 near breaks for Post State don't go their way to get the first 2 guys on. And it's now Dawson Getz with nobody on and 2 outs here in the top of the first. First pitch will be behind Getz for ball 1. So both Raymond and Oakland with some nice plays defensively to start this ball game out here at the top of the first. Here's the 1-0. That'll catch the bottom of the zone for a strike. The count's 1-1. And go around the horn defensively here if we get a chance to have a fourth man to come to the plate. There's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit, so he can go around the horn defensively as Dawson gets his first hit of the day. He's now 1 for 3 in total in these 2 games. Defensively for Harrisburg, it is Esser out in left, Raymond in center, Tate Munson right, Michael Oakland at third, Eli Koketch at short, Darren Safransky at second, Noah Boucher at first, as the first pitch is fouled away by Terwilliger to the right side. Behind the plate is Griffin Schlapkolt. And that on the mound, Gabe Long. Cooper Terwilliger, the cleanup man, takes the 0-1 pitch inside, evens the count at 1-1. You're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station. We get to 3 o'clock here on this Sunday afternoon. 1-1 pitch. Terwilliger will line this to center field, but it is right to the center fielder and Raymond to make the catch and retire the side. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. No score between Pierre and Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Did you know it is important for your child to see the dentist at the time their first tooth erupt? A healthy smile begins at birth, and there are many variables, from healthy eating habits to good oral hygiene and routine dental care. Hi, I am Dr. Michelle Hofer. At Missouri River Dentistry, we enjoy working with people of all ages. Dentistry is our profession, but people are our focus. I invite families to come experience an office that uses the latest techniques and equipment to be sure you receive that healthy and happy smile. To schedule your appointments for your family, call us at 223-2021. Kids love us, parents trust us.
Are you a farmer in the Highmore area? Do you need a trusted partner for your grain and agronomy needs? Look no further than AgTegra. AgTegra is built on a legacy of farmer-owned cooperatives, providing superior service and relentless innovation for generations. We're committed to your success and the safety of our employees and members. For your grain needs, call Chance Scott at 605-846-1099. And for all your agronomy needs, reach out to Cole Hamlin at 605-871-9572. AgTegra, growing together for generations.
We welcome you back. It is the bottom of the first. No score on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. And it is the batting order for Harrisburg. Eli Koketch leading off. He's the shortstop. Noah Boucher, the first baseman, batting second. Bryson Esser, the left fielder, batting third. Ethan Beek, the DH, will bat fourth. Griffin Schlopkohl, the catcher, batting 5th. Tate Muntz, the right fielder, batting 6th. Michael Oakland, the third baseman, batting 7th. Darren Safransky, the second baseman, will bat 8th. And Ty Raymond will end out the batting order, batting 9th. He's the center fielder. And they will go against Carter Schuffelbein. Schuffelbein threw 4 innings in relief in the Veterans Classic. His only appearance so far. He got the win, not allowing a hit or earned run. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts for Schuffelbein. The first pitch will miss outside for ball 1 to Kokenge, who's already got 2 home runs in this game. So that ERA for Schuffelbein at 0, the whip at 0.75, batting average against at 0 as well. This will be fouled away, and the count's now 1-1. Kokenge led off the bottom of the first with a solo shot, made it 1-0, and then he hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the third. That put that game on the brink of getting over a 10-run lead, as there's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. And that was the start of 3 straight home runs on 3 pitches. Kokenge, Boucher, and Esser, who are the first 3 guys in this batting order again in game 2. And 3 home runs in 3 pitches. 1-2 pitch is grounded into the Harrisburg dugout over a third. It remains at 1-2. So Schuffelbein, we'll see how far he goes. Maybe not a guy that's going to throw 105 pitches for you, but if he can be efficient, he can get you through 4 to 5 innings. 1-2 pitch will miss low and away, and the count's 2-2. And to be successful, got to stay low in the zone. Can't leave anything hanging for any of these guys in the batting order for Harrisburg. 2-2. That'll miss low, and the count's now 3-2. And you hear that wind howling into the crowd mic. Even though it's blowing straight out to center field, it's a very windy day here in Harrisburg. 3-2 pitch is fouled away. Another full count pitch upcoming here to Kokenge. Looking for a strikeout here is Schuffelbein. 3-2 pitch. It'll miss for ball 4, and Kokenge will draw a leadoff walk. Leadoff man on base here in the bottom of the first, and it's now Noah Boucher. Boucher in game number 1, he went 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch in the first, walked in the second, then hit the solo shot in the third. First pitch will bounce in, checking the swing is Boucher for ball 1. And Kokenge and Boucher had 3 home runs between Tuesday and Thursday of the doubleheader sweeps of Weston Aberdeen, as that one will miss outside, and the count's 2-0. And then they both, well, Kokenge hit 2 in game 1, and Boucher with a home run as well. 2-0 pitch, that's missing away and out and high, and the count's now 3-0 here to Noah Boucher. A really difficult first, I mean, the whole lineup's difficult, but really difficult first 3 guys in the batting order, knowing what they've already done today. As that will miss low for ball 4, and it's now back-to-back walks issued by Schuffelbein, and it's first and second with nobody out. You're trying to pitch, or not necessarily around them to walk them, even though you've walked both of them. You're not trying to pitch to walk them, but you're not giving them anything good to hit. Because if you're going to put it, they're going to get on base, you'd rather walk them than let them swing. But it's the first 3 guys in the batting order. You don't want to have bases low with nobody out. As the first pitch is over for strike 1 to Bryson Esser. He finished with 3 RBIs. He walked in the first in game 1. Then he had a 2 RBI double in the second, and then a solo shot in the third. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. That's a foul ball in front of the plate, and the count's 0-2. And Schuffelbein will be looking for a strikeout of Esser. Then it's Ethan Beek, Griffin Schlopkohl. 0-2. There's a line shot into center field that is down for a base hit. Hunsley will come up with it, bobbles it, and then the run will come in to score. Kokenge was rounding third anyway.
Line drive out to center field brings in a run.
It will be an RBI single for Bryson Esser. And it remains first and second. And Ethan Beek will have his first opportunity to swing the bats. Beek so far on the season as he's a DH, 286 batting average, 4 doubles, 6 runs driven in. And can shuffle by and get a ground ball here to try and turn 2 and settle into this first inning. Bunting the ball, and bunting it foul was Beek. That's a surprise, at least to me. I've not seen Harrisburg try and bunt the ball in the last 6 years, especially with their cleanup man in the DH spot. Here's the 0-1 pitch now to Shufflebine, from Shufflebine. Swing and a miss by Beek, and the count's now 0-2. So just that one bunt attempt, and back to swinging was Beek, and he's now back down to the count 0-2, although Esser got a base hit after being 0-2 count. The 0-2 from Shufflebine. This is flown out towards right field. That one's going to be out towards the gap and down for extra bases. Rolls out towards the wall. 1 run will come in to score. Stoscher off of his glove. They will hold the runner at third anyway. And it's an RBI double to make it now a 2-0 lead here with nobody out in the bottom of the first. And Beek's got another RBI, his 5th double of the season, 7th run driven in. Another 2 runners are in scoring position here with nobody out. And Slapcole, the hitter. Slapcole was the DH in game 1. He went 0 for 1, 2 walks, and the only time he was retired was a soft pop out on the right side of the infield of the first baseman, Buckholz, who was playing first base in game 1. As that one will miss for ball 1, high and tight to Griffin Slapcole. 1-0 pitch. Just missing inside. And the count goes to 2-0. 5th man already to the plate. All 4 have already reached base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Line shot. That'll be one hopping to Stoscher. He bobbles and bobbles again. And it will be an error that will allow a run to score to make it a 3-0 ball game. Run was going to score anyway. But it's now first and third. And a 3-0 lead here for Harrisburg. And we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher in Slapcole, as Andrew Dirks will be the one to be the courtesy runner. First error today by Post State. Now they trail at 3-0 here with nobody out in the bottom of the first. Runner takes off, the throw to second. They will tag the runner out at second. The run will come in to score, though, in the double steal. There's now 1 down, and the bases are clear. Stealing home was Beek. Dirks was thrown out trying to steal second. And now we reset with a 1-0 count and 1 out, nobody on base, and a 4-0 lead for Harrisburg here in the bottom of the first. This will be fouled back, and the count's 1-1 here to Tate Muntz. Muntz had a 2 RBI single in the bottom of the first. Ended up going 1 for 3. That'll miss inside, and the count's now 2-1. They went around the order. They will check. He did not go, says the first base umpire. And the count's now 2-1. They went around the order 3 times in 4 innings, having 10 guys come to the plate in the third. That one's over for a strike. The count's 2-2, and caught the outside corner. Shufflebine back working from the windup here with nobody on and an out here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bounce in, and it's now a full count at 3-2. Now with nobody on base, and it was going to be a payoff pitch upcoming, but chance to kind of reset. Go get these 2 guys and get out of this inning. 3-2 pitch. This is skied up towards left field, coming in to make the catch will be a sudden sun and shine in left field. That was a long run for he and Hunsley, and especially everything that's hit in the air, your first step is always going to be back. And most of the times, you want to take the first step back anyway if you're not sure. But you're playing back already, and then you're taking that first step back, thinking it's going to carry out there. And a long run that came in for Sun and Shine to retire months. And now it's Michael Oakland with nobody on and 2 outs. First pitch will be outside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1 here to Oakland. You get an RBI triple in game number 1, as he went 1 for 2. Walked in the first, tripled in that third inning. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. And Scheffelbein a strike away from getting out of this first inning. One-two pitch. That'll be outside, not getting Oakland to chase. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4-0 lead here for Harrisburg in the bottom of the first in game number 2. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Scheffelbein will get the strikeout, and that will retire the side here in the first. 4-run score on 2 hits and 1 error and no one left on base. We head to the top of the second. 4-0 lead for Harrisburg over Pierre. Back in a minute. You're listening to Post-State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
People helping people.
Have you ever wondered what the benefits are of becoming a Owyhee Federal Credit Union member? At Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we reinvest profits in you. We do this in the form of lower interest rates, higher dividends, and low to no fees. So come check us out or come in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre, because at Owyhee Federal Credit Union, we treat our members like they own the place because, well, they do.
Owyhee Federal Credit Union.
As we walk you back, it is the top of the second. 4-0 lead for Harrisburg. American Family Insurance, Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. Charlie Simpson, followed by Hudson Stosher and Parker O'Brien. As the first pitch will be taken for strike 1, and a curveball that drops in from Gabe Long. Simpson in game number 1 went 1 for 3, singled in the top of the fifth inning. That'll miss outside, and the count is even at a ball and a strike. As we mentioned in game number 1, now here in game number 2, a lot of ball game left to be played. There's a swing and a miss. Simpson didn't really want to swing at it, but went around anyway, and the count's 1-2. Probably going to be a strike, regardless of the swing or not. 1-2 pitch from Long. Fouled out of play. And the count remains at a ball and 2 strikes. We're only in the top of the second. It's a 4-0 game. Yeah, that feels, after the first game, feels kind of like it's a big lead to overcome. And a 4-run advantage is hard to come back from, but there's a lot of baseball left. Got to find a way to get multiple zeros on the defensive side and just find a way to score runs. This is launched by Simpson out to left. That one's going to get out to the wall. It's gone! A solo shot for Charlie Simpson makes it 4-1. First home run of the season for Simpson. Second for the Eights so far in the summer. And there's one of those runs back. Hudson Stosher to the plates. Again, a fly ball that carried out with the wind. Does it get out at Heights Stadium? Probably not. But it's going to get out at Harrisburg, and that's what matters today. First pitch to Hudson Stosher on the outside corner for strike one. A home run is a home run no matter where ballpark you're at. It'll be fouled out of play, and the count's now 0-2. Although if you're a non-New York Yankee fan, you might say differently when it comes to Major League Baseball. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Hudson Stosher. This will be a high chopper behind the mound. Kokach fields it, and there's zero chance of him trying to throw at Hudson Stosher. By the time it came down, Stosher was almost at first base already. And an infield single and back-to-back base hits here for the Eights. To start the inning is now Parker O'Brien. So Parker O'Brien will get his first at-bat of the doubleheader. O'Brien's hitting .300 so far, 6 of 20. 2 runs driven in. All of his hits have been singles so far. Looking for that first extra base hit as the first pitch will miss low for ball one. Again, Charlie Simpson gets the inning rolling with a leadoff solo shot. Infield single for Hudson Stosher. This pitch will hit the turf. It was blocked up by Schlapkohl, but not advancing with Stosher. Didn't get far enough away from him. And the count's now 2-0. 2-0 pitch will miss inside. They were set up inside and just missing the inside part of the plate. Scheffelbein had a pitch that was very similar that I think now both teams have seen that, and they both felt like they should have been strikes on the other side. 3-0 pitch. That'll miss low and inside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to O'Brien, and it's now first and second with nobody out.
Brings up number 4.
And it's now Nolan Peterson. And all of a sudden, you get a 4-0 lead in the bottom of the first or going into the second inning, thinking, oh boy, it's not a good start, and maybe not a good start, but all of a sudden you got nobody out and the tying run's already at the plate in the top of the second inning. Peterson showing bunt, pulls it back, and it's going to be taken for strike one. The big lead at second from Hudson Stosher was thinking that maybe that bunt was going to be laid down. No throw back to second from Schlapkohl. Here's now the 0-1 pitch, showing bunt again, dropping it in front of the plate. Good bunt there by Peterson. The only play will go to first. And there's now one down in the sack bunt by Nolan Peterson to make it second and third with one away.
Peterson moves runners over to third and second.
And now Porter Hunsley at the top of the order can make this a one-run ball game rather quickly. 1-3 on the sacrifice bunt from Nolan Peterson. Hunsley in the number 9 spots after going 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts in the number 6 spot in game number 1. Hunsley with a fly ball to center field coming in. The center fielder make the catch, tagging at third is Stosher. The throw will be coming in. It was cut off, and sliding in, scoring is Stosher. On a sac fly RBI from Porter Hunsley to make it 4-2, and now with 2 away in the top of the second. And Carter Scheffelbein can help himself out if he can get a base hit to drive in the run to make it a 4-3 game. So 2 productive outs by Post State, 1 moving both runners, 1 scoring a runner. As the first pitch misses inside for ball 1 to Scheffelbein, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the third baseman in Oakland to lead off the ball game. Here's the 1-0 from Gabe Long. That'll miss inside, and the count's now 2-0. Back to the top of the order here for the Eights. 2-0 pitch. Will miss high and inside, and the count's 3-0 now to Scheffelbein. Sun and Shine waiting on deck. Here's now the 3-0 pitch. That will be taken on the outside edge for strike one. Still good hitters count here for Scheffelbein. Here's the 3-1. Long look from Gabe Long at second. Delivers a 3-1 pitch. Missing inside for ball 4. It's now first and second.
Walk.
And Sutton Sunshine to the plate.
Sutton Sunshine.
7th man to come to the plate here in the top of the second. Second walk issued in the inning. O'Brien walked. He's standing at second. Scheffelbein is now walked. He's at first. And a gap shot by Sunshine could tie the game up here in the top of the second inning. That'll be taken for a strike, and the count's 0-1. 0-1 pitch. There's a chopper that is foul over towards third base. And the count goes to now 0-2. Sunshine flew out of the center fielder, and Raymond in his first at-bat in the top of the first inning. 0-2 pitch. That's too high, and that will get to the backstop. Both runners will move up to second and third. Schlapkohl was calling for it to be up, but that was too far up from Long. And a wild pitch advances both runners, and now with a 1-2 count. But a base hit here for Sunshine with 2 outs. Scheffelbein will be off with contact. Base hit ties the game up. 1-2 pitch. That is high and outside. He was accounted 2-2. And the deuces are wild here in the top of the second. 2 on, 2 out. A 2-2 pitch and a 2-run game. To the number 2 man in the batting order. Long delivers above the head of Sunshine. The count's now full at 3-2. Dawson Getz is on deck. Payoff pitch from Long to Sunshine. Fouls over to the right side. Stays alive. 3-2. Three-two pitch from Long. Ground ball, base hit to the left side. They will send Sunshine. The throw coming from the left fielder is cut off. Actually missed the cutoff man. Scoring a Scheffelbein. Ties the game at 4-4 and a 2 RBI, 2-out single for Sutton Sunshine. And just like that, we're back to square one.
Number 7, Dawson Getz.
4-4 here in the top of the second. And Dawson Getz, who had a base hit at the top of the first, looking to go 2 for 2 in the ball game. Third RBI today for Sutton Sunshine. 8th man to come to the plate in the inning. This will be popped foul out of play for strike 1 to Getz. It's all started with a Charlie Simpson leadoff homer. And the first 3 guys reached base. It was a sac bunt and a sac fly for the 2 outs, moving both runners over and then scoring a run. That'll be missing upstairs, and the count's 1-1. Scheffelbein walked, and then the wild pitch moved both runners to second and third, and Sunshine with the 2 RBI single makes this a 4-4 game. This one comes high and inside on Getz. He turns his shoulder and ducks away from it, and the count's 2-1. Two-one pitch. This will get to the backstop. To second will go Sunshine. A 3-1 count here to Getz. Good hitters count. Chance to drive something somewhere and give the Eights their first lead today. Here's a 3-1 pitch. That'll miss well outside, and it's another walk. Third walk of the inning. First and second, and Cooper Terwilliger, the 9th man to come to the plate. We'll have a mound visit before Terwilliger will step to the batter's box. First and second now with 2 away. And the Eights have an opportunity to take their first lead after Harrisburg got the first 5 guys to reach base in the bottom of the first inning. They threw out the courtesy runner for Schlapkohl, trying to steal second, which also then scored their 4th run. and then a fly out and a strikeout. So the first 5 guys reached base, but had 7 guys come to the plate in the first inning. But then here in the second, the Eights didn't let that 4-run inning after a 13-3 loss get them down to the point that they weren't, able to find a way to come back in this game. They played well here in the second game so far, the second inning of the second game. First pitch to Cooper Twilliger. Will miss low for ball 1. It's easy after a 10-run loss. You start out down 4-0 before there's even the first out, or 3-0 before the first out's even had in the bottom of the first. Here's a line shot to right field, but right to the right fielder in Muntz to retire the side. But 4 runs score in the inning as Post State gets a total of 3 hits, one being the solo shot from Charlie Simpson. There are no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the second, all squared, 4-4. On the American Family Insurance Brittany Shuffle by scoreboard. Post State Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping wants to make it easy for you to get that lush green lawn and that yard haven that you've been dreaming of. Visit dakotasprinkler.com to make appointments for sprinkler system spring startup, service calls, fall winterization, and landscaping quotes. Trust Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping's professionals to get you through the planning and installation to make your landscaping needs a reality. Visit dakotasprinkler.com today.
We welcome you back. It is the bottom of the second and a 4-4 tie. The American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebein scoreboard. 8-9-1. Darren Safransky, Ty Raymond, and then back to the top of the order for Eli Kokenge as the first pitch is over for strike 1. Safransky showed bunt, pulled it back, and took it for strike 1. Safransky just 1 for 10 so far in the season. Not a whole lot of at-bats, and in total only 16 plate appearances as it counts 0-2 to Safransky. He has scored 5 runs. He's been walked 3 times, but struck out 6 of his 10 at-bats, or 6 of the 9 times that he's been retired. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Just missing inside, and the count's now 1-2. I'll say that inside corner, whether it's missing or could be on the plate, not going to get that inside corner in this game. 1-2 pitch, that one's well outside. And the count from now 0-2 to 2-2. The leadoff man, the bottom of the second. Wind still howling here at Harrisburg. 2-2 pitch. This is fouled off of Nolan Peterson. The count remains at 2-2. Couldn't tell if it went off the umpire or off of Peterson. The wind gusts have been in the 30s, and the majority of the wind has stayed in the high 20s. 24 degrees right now, gusting at 38. Feels like 96 here in Harrisburg. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Shufflebein. Back-to-back strikeouts going back to the end of the first inning, and there's one down here in the bottom of the second. And it brings up Ty Raymond, the center fielder.
Number 1, Ty Raymond.
Raymond ran a couple times for Mike Oakland, but did not hit in the batting order. So Raymond hitting just 77 right now, 2 of 26 with a double, 7 runs scored. Swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. And this is a team that's susceptible to strikeout, 130 strikeouts and a total of 438 at-bats. As the 0-1 pitch is over for strike 2. The count goes to now 0-2. Raymond struck out 15 times in his 26 at-bats. And Shufflebein looking to retire him with a strikeout. 0-2 pitch. As a slow roller to the right side, Twilliger will field it. He'll easily step at first. And there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the second inning. And it brings it back to the top for Eli Kokenge. 2 down, nobody on for Kokenge, who walked and scored back in the bottom of the first to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Two home runs on the day so far for Kokenge, who is yet to be retired. He's either walked or hit a home run. 2 home runs, 2 walks. First pitch misses low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch to the leadoff man. He'll sky this up behind second base. Long run for everybody. Hunsley will come in to make the catch and retire the side here in the bottom of the second. A 1-2-3 inning for Schuffelbein here in the bottom of the second. It is a 4-4 game as we head to the third between Pierre and Harrisburg. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hey you. Are you at a job that is fulfilling, has good benefits to support you or a family today, and retirement goes down the road? If you just said no, listen up. CHS River Plains is hiring operations personnel, drivers, and custom applicators at several locations. These come with a knockout affordable benefit package for you and the whole family. Apply to a job with CHS River Plains and up your benefits straight up. To apply, visit us online at chsriverplains.com or stop in at one of our locations. CHS is an equal opportunity employer.
Larry Fry Heating and Cooling has a new name. Kruger Climate Systems has acquired Larry Fry Heating and Cooling, but it's still the same great service. Your friend Larry Fry is still a manager, and his dedication to providing you with outstanding service remains unwavering. The same quality products and services you have come to expect from Larry Fry Heating and Cooling will continue under the new leadership of Kruger Climate Systems. You can still reach us at 605-224-9548 or email us at ryan@krugercontracting.com. Kruger Climate Systems, your certified Trane and Mitsubishi dealer in Central South Dakota.
As we welcome you back, it is 4-4 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Cade Weedy is now on the mound for Harrisburg. After Gabe Long goes those 2 innings, giving up those 4 runs. We'll get you his full line total here in just a second. But Weedy now on the mound. This will be his 3rd relief appearance and 5th appearance overall. 14 2/3 so far in the season. 15 hits, 11 runs, all of them earned. It has been 12 walks, 19 strikeouts, an ERA at 5.25, a whip at 1.84, a batting average against at 273 for Cade Weedy, who is trying to keep this a 4-4 game as we get into the top of the 3rd inning. And it will be where it started last inning. Charlie Simpson, Hudson Stosher, and Parker O'Brien, 5, 6, and 7 for the Eights. After Simpson had the leadoff home run, the Eights struck for 3 more runs to tie the game at 4-4. And that's where we stand here in the top of the 3rd inning after Schuffelbein has now retired 5 straights after the first 5 reach base. As Gabe Long went 2 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and no strikeouts. All 4 runs were earned against Long, who threw 51 pitches in those 2 innings. Schuffelbein with 43 pitches through 2 innings for Post State. Simpson leading off after the solo shot to lead off the the 2nd inning as he leads off the 3rd here for ball 1. The Eights are trying to stay right around that 500 mark in South Dakota play as that one's over for a strike and the count's now 1-1. As they went to 6-5 against Spearfish, that moved them to 3-4. They're now 4-6. This will be flown out towards right field. Coming in is Muntz to make the catch on the line shot. And there's 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. And that, well, maybe on the day of today at Hyde Stadium, that maybe gets down. Well, if there's no wind, that maybe gets down in front of Muntz. That wind carried it out there to the right fielder to make the catch. As here's Hudson Stosher to infield single in his first trip. That one will miss outside for ball 1. With 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 3rd inning. A 4-4 game. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Use that 1-1. Coming up later tonight, 6 o'clock, coverage of the NBA. It'll be the NBA Finals Game 7 here on KCCR. This will be flown out of play in the counts 1-2. Oklahoma City and Indiana finishing out the NBA season. NHL wrapped up on Tuesday. NBA will wrap up later on tonight. We'll have it here on KCCR. 1-2 pitch, curveball that will be swung on and missed by Stosher, and there's now 2 down quickly here in the top of the 3rd inning. And now it's Parker O'Brien, who drew a walk and scored back in the top of the 2nd inning. College World Series final, Game 2, LSU leading Coastal Carolina 5-1. As that one's over for strike 1 to O'Brien. If Coastal Carolina is able to come back and win the ball game, we will have Game 3 on KCCR tomorrow night. That one's over for a strike. That counts quickly 0-2 here to O'Brien. And Cade Weedy looking to match what Carter Schuffelbein did in the bottom of the 2nd here in the top of the 3rd, and that's retire the side in order. 0-2 pitch, that one's fouled away. Remains at 0-2 as O'Brien stays alive. The 0-2 pitch. That one will get to the backstop. Rolled back to the feet of the home plate umpire, and the count's now 1-2. Slavkohl was looking at the ball, but it was kind of felt somewhat similar to Joe Mauer trying to find when Mauer just put his glove out and stopped the ball bouncing back when he wasn't even looking. Counts 2-2. That 2-2 will miss low and away, and from 0-2, O'Brien's worked it to now a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. A payoff pitch here from Weedy to O'Brien. As Weedy again looking to retire the side in order. 3-2 pitch, fouled back to the netting. We'll do it again another time at 3-2. Three-two pitch from Weedy. Misses for ball 4, and O'Brien works the 2-out walk, extends the inning to Nolan Peterson, who had a sacrifice bunt in his first trip to the plate. There's 2 out and 1 on now here in the top of the 3rd inning. Also, if you saw us, we were watching in the game number 1, as you could see the net moving ferociously with the wind. Had the baseball that dropped in there. It was all wind power that got the ball off the netting. It was nobody trying to knock it around. The wind just took it and moved it off the net after the game was over. And waited until the game was over before it fell back into the playing field. The counts 1-0 here to Nolan Peterson. Tells you how strong the wind is here at Harrisburg. 1-0 pitch. That'll be taken for a strike. Evens it at 1-1. Nolan Peterson so far, 143 batting average, 3 runs driven in. He's trying to get himself really going here in the second half of the season. With the month of July right around the corner, you're trying to find an opportunity and start hitting the ball a lot better, start hitting the ball really well, and get hot late in the year. This will be fouled back, and the count's now 1-2. Nolan Peterson really, especially last year, was the best hitter for Post State, most consistent hitter all season for Post State. 1-2 pitch. Here's a line shot towards center field. Long run, sliding, diving, making the catch out in center field is Ty Raymond. If he doesn't make the catch, it's a 5-4 lead, maybe even a 6-4 lead if Peterson's on his horse, but a diving catch by Raymond steals it away from the 8s. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Still 4-4 between Pierre and Harrisburg. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Kathy Sunshine Properties in Pierre, your go-to for buying, selling, and finding your perfect home. Whether you're looking for a cozy cottage or a spacious family home, Kathy Sunshine Properties has you covered. We're committed to helping you make your next big move, on the field or in your life. Ready to find your dream home? Call Kathy Sunshine Properties at 605-224-5588. Your home run in real estate.
AGE Corporation has been building South Dakota for over 60 years. For all your site work, construction, and crane needs, AGE is there for you. If you need a boat dock and dock lighting, AGE has what you need. Visit their website, agecorp.com, or give them a call at 223-2732. AGE Corporation, providing high-quality services without sacrificing safety. Visit agecorp.com or call 223-2732.
As we welcome you back, it is the bottom of the third and a 4-4 tie on the American Family Insurance Brittany Shufflebind scoreboard. As it will be 2-3-4 for Harrisburg. Noah Boucher, Bryson Esser, and Ethan Beek. The first three hitters, 2-3-4 in this bottom of the third inning. Shufflebind has retired 5 straights after the first 5 reach base. As the first pitch to Boucher will miss just a bit upstairs, maybe inside for ball 1. He drew a walk. Both Kokench and Boucher drew walks in that first inning. As Boucher will sky this one foul out of play on the right side. Evens at a ball and a strike. That ball actually did not get out of play. Somehow the wind carried it all the way back into off the netting and in play. Counts 1-1. I don't know if it skimmed off the net or not, as the 1-1 pitch will hit Boucher. And it'll be the leadoff man to reach base here in the bottom of the third. And now it's Bryson Esser.
Bryson Esser.
Esser had an RBI single. So he's 1 for 1. He's got a home run as well, as he has driven in a total of 4 runs and has not been retired yet in the 2 games. He walked in the first in game 1 before having a 2 RBI double and then a solo shot. Then he singled home a run here in the bottom of the first in this ball game. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. So Boucher still has not been retired. He was been hit by a pitch twice. He's also walked twice now. Here's a ground ball to third base. The throw to second will fly into right field. Boucher will head over to third as O'Brien airmailed the throw to second. And it will be an error on the third baseman. And it's first and third with nobody out. Second error now in the ball game for the Eights.
Brings up number 7, Ethan Beek.
And now here's Ethan Beek. An RBI double in that bottom of the first inning. Obviously, you can't assume a double play would be turned, but there's more likely a chance with nobody on and 2 out. If that first initial throw is there, as the first pitch will miss for ball 1. Here to Ethan Beek. Runner takes off. The throw to second, cut off by Stoscher. Now he's got the man caught off. The throw home will skip, and now Peterson will throw it back to third. O'Brien throwing it home, and it hits the man. The run will score. The runner from first is at third, and there's nobody out. And it's a 5-4 lead for Harrisburg. Two-0 count to Ethan Beek. That'll miss low, and the count's 3-0. The initial play was good from post 8. The throw to second, Stoscher saw the runner breaking for home. He caught it, and the runner stopped at third. He forced the runner. This will get to the backstop on a 4th ball that will walk the runner and score the run from third to make it now a 6-4 ball game.
Walk and scores on a run on the pass ball. We now have Griffin Schlapko.
So now here is Griffin Schlapko. I think Post 8 was thinking it hits Bryson Esser. Or excuse me, they have Ethan Beek. It did not. It was just off the glove of Nolan Peterson. So now it's a 6-4 ball game. Runner on first here, still with nobody out. First pitch is over for strike one. But back to that play, it was initially good for Post State. Hudson Stosher threw it home. He didn't have the best throw, but Peterson was able to knock it down. Runner takes off. The throw to second will not be in time. And it's now a runner on at second. Counts 1-1. Stolen base for Beek. And already in scoring position to try and make this a 3-run ball game here in the bottom of the third. Now when Peterson threw it to third, he didn't run him back enough to third base, because that you want to initially make one throw, and obviously where Stosher was at, you'd rather throw it home and then force him back to third. No one would wait too long and where he scores. Peterson maybe threw it a little bit too early, and then when O'Brien had caught it, it was another low throw. And O'Brien was trying to throw on the run, as that was a swing and a miss by Schlapkohl, and there's the first out on a strikeout. And it brings up now Tate Muntz, who flew out to the left fielder, and Sonnenschein his first at-bat. Then the throw back from O'Brien back home ends up hitting the runner in Boucher, which he was running right down the white line. There was no interference on the throw, and then as Esser was running the bases and he had stole second anyway as the first pitch is over for strike one, he was already going over to third. He was going to take that spot, so a good throw was going to force somebody to be out or start having everybody run all over the place, as that one's now over for a strike, and the count's 0-2 to Tate Muntz. But two tough plays in this inning for Post State has made this a 6-4 game instead of now possibly even being out of this inning. This will bounce in the turf. The throw to third, that will airmail into left field. And another run will come in to score on the third error of the inning here for Post State, to make it now a 7-4 ball game. There will be charged to Nolan Peterson. And again, when things unravel, things can unravel. But this easily could have been, or possibly could have been, a 0 in the inning, as that one will be upstairs. Count goes now 2-2. Here to Tate Muntz. Shufflebein delivers a 2-2 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 3-2. It's doing the little things right. And Post State in this inning have not been able to field that cleanly. This will be flown out towards center field. Long run for Hunsley. He'll turn. That one hit the base of the wall. It'll be a double for Muntz as he'll pull up at second. A one-out double for Tate Muntz.
Double for Muntz.
And it's now Michael Oakland, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout, to the plate. First into the inning for Harrisburg. Well, they have 3 runs, but 3 errors by Post State. And Michael Oakland, again, 0 for 1 with a strikeout in that first inning. Gets his second chance to swing the bat in this ball game. First pitch is over for strike one. Post State will have 9-1-2 at the top of the 4th inning, and they've got to work from another at least a 3-run deficit again. They came back down 4-0 to tie it up 4-4 in the next half inning. Now they find themselves down 7-4. Swing and a miss, and the count's 0-2. Shufflebein looking for his 4th strikeout. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Oakland will chase it. Second time he's down on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning. 2 down is now Darren Safransky.
Strikeout for second out inning brings up number 6, Darren Fransky.
Safransky struck out swinging to open up the bottom of the second. He's got a chance to try and make this another 4 spot for Harrisburg, just like they had in the first inning. First pitch will be high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Runner takes off for third. Pitch is high. The throw to third. The tag will be applied, and they've got him out at third base. Trying to steal third with 2 outs was Tate Muntz, and he is thrown out. Peterson guns him down. O'Brien had to wait on him to get to the plate or to the base. That will retire the side, but 3 runs score in the inning with just 1 hit, 3 errors, and no one left on base. We head to the top of the 4th. Harrisburg has a 7-4 lead over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
As community bankers, BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Are you a farmer in the Highmore area? Do you need a trusted partner for your grain and agronomy needs? Look no further than AgTegra. AgTegra is built on a legacy of farmer-owned cooperatives, providing superior service and relentless innovation for generations. We're committed to your success and the safety of our employees and members. For your grain needs, call Chance Scott at 605-846-1099. And for all your agronomy needs, reach out to Cole Hamlin at 605-871-9572. AgTegra. Growing together for generations.
As we welcome you back, it is the top of the 4th. Post State is down 7-4. American Family Insurance, Brittany Schuffelbein scoreboard. Porter Hunsley, Carter Schuffelbein, and Sutton Suddenshine, the first 3 batters. To start this top of the 4th inning, first pitch to Porter Hunsley is over for strike 1. Hunsley had a sac fly RBI in his first trip to the plate in the top of the 2nd. That made it a 4-1 game. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 0-2. Make that a 4-2 ball game, excuse me. 0-2 pitch here from Weedy. That one's fouled off the mask of the catcher in Schlapkohl, and it was still an 0-2 count. Gabe Long went those 2 innings, gave up the 4 runs on 4 hits with 3 walks. Weedy gave up just a walk in the 4 guys he faced in that first inning of relief, as that one just misses. And Hunsley was able to hold up in time without getting that full swing. Here's the 1-2 pitch now from Weedy. That'll miss low and away, and the count's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. Taken for strike 3, and Hunsley will strike out looking to open up the top of the 4th inning. And it's now back to the top of the order for Carter Schuffelbein. Schuffelbein is 0 for 1. He ground out to open up the ballgame at the top of the 1st. Then he walked in the 2nd. Came around to score as the first pitch on the outside corner is taken for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That'll miss low and away. Evens the count of a ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Schuffelbein. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. One-two pitch from Weedy to Schuffelbein. Swing and a miss, and back-to-back strikeouts for Weedy, now 3rd in the ball game. And there's 2 down here in the top of the 4th, and it will bring up the number 2 man, Sutton Suddenshine, who had a 2 RBI single, which tied the game at 4-4 in the top of the 2nd. But the Eights find themselves down 7-4 here in the top of the 4th. First pitch will miss low and away for ball 1. Be 8-9-1, so Fransky will come back to the plate to lead off the bottom of the 4th inning. That will catch the outside corner for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Weedy, the 1-1 pitch. He's Greg Maddoxing Sun and Shine right now. That's getting farther and farther out there, but he's getting the strike call. It counts 1-2. That one looked like it was almost on the line of the other batter's box. They're going to keep going out there. 1-2 pitch. That one will miss high and away, and then counts now 2-2. Give it the first time. Try and inch a little bit farther out there. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Sunshine turns on it down the third base line. That is a fair ball. As it rolls out towards the wall, Sunshine will turn and will get just a 2-out single. And then we'll extend the inning to Dawson Getz.
Brings up number 7. Dawson Getz.
Getz is 1 for 1. He singled in the first and walked in the second. Sunshine keeps this from being a clean inning for Weedy. A pickoff attempt and back in, sliding in safely is Sunshine, or diving back in safely. Here's the first pitch now to Dawson Getz. And will get away from the catcher. Schlapkohl can't find it. Sunshine will turn at second, and then he'll stop there. As the count's 1-0, and a wild pitch that will get Sunshine over to second. So Getz will look to try and drive in that run and get Post State back within 2. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss. That was off the glove of the catcher again. The throw over to third. Sliding in and being safe at third is Sunshine. Good read there by Sunshine to take third base on another pitch that was in the turf. Now he's 90 feet away, and a wild pitch or a pass ball could score him. Counts 2-0 here to Getz. Getz will go down, reach for it, pop it up. Third base side, foul territory. The catch will be made by Oakland and retire the side. Here in the top of the fourth. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the fourth. 7-4 lead for Harrisburg over Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Hello, I'm Pastor Jeff Lathrop of Pierre First United Methodist Church, and I'd like to invite you to join us in person for worship on Sunday mornings at 8:30 a.m. or 11 a.m. You can also join us on Facebook Live or on KCCR 1240 AM or 98.9 FM for our Sunday morning broadcast at 11 a.m. Come worship with us at First United Methodist Church, where you will find open hearts, open minds, and open doors.
When you're in town for the big game, why not stay where the view is just as great as the action? American and Fort Pierce sits right on the river, offering beautiful scenery, relaxing comfort, and easy access to the ballpark. After a day at the Diamond, there's nothing better than unwinding by the water, and the American always hits it out of the park. Stay by the river. Stay in comfort. Call 605-223-2358 to book your room today. American, where the river meets relaxation.
We welcome you back. It is a 7-4 lead for Harrisburg as we have the bottom of the fourth inning. Porter Hunsley is now on the mound. Grayson Hunsley is over at third. Looks like maybe Trevor Rounds trying to see everybody, where everybody's at on the field. But Hunsley is the new pitcher. Grayson Hunsley's over at third. As we will give you totals for Carter Shufflebine on the mound here in just a moment. As Shufflebine went 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them were earned, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts. Darren Safransky will be the first man to come to the plates. As Hunsley will throw ball 1 to Darren Safransky. So Sun and Shine is still in left. Rounds is in center. Charlie Simpson is in right. That one's over first. Straight the count's 1-1. Grayson Hunsley moves to third, or comes into the game at third. Dawson Guest stays at short. Carter Scheffelbein moves over to second as the count goes now 2-1. Cooper Twilger over at first. And Nolan Peterson still behind the plate. Here's a 2-1 pitch upstairs, and the count's 3-1. Which would mean that Grayson Hunsley is in the spot for Parker O'Brien. That one's over first strike. The count's 3-2. And Trevor Rounds is in the spot for Hudson Stosher. 3-2 pitch lined into left field. That'll land in front of make that land in front of Sun and Shine for a base hit. And the leadoff man is on to kick off the bottom of the fourth inning, and it brings up Ty Raymond. So Safransky gets his second hit of the season. Ty Raymond is now to the plate, as the first pitch will miss for ball one. Hunsley was charging for the possible bunt attempt. One-oh pitch. That one will catch the inside corner. That's the first inside strike we've seen. Counts 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low, and the count's now 2-1. Boy, wouldn't it have been nice to play in Pierre for more than just having the home field advantage. Pierre right now sitting at 73 degrees, feeling like 68. A lot different than what we are here in Harrisburg as it counts 2-2. Only 94 degrees here in Harrisburg, feeling like 96. Almost 30-degree difference between Harrisburg and Pierre. That's just a 3-hour drive away. 2-2 pitch. That is outside, and the count's now 3-2. Instead of fighting the shade here at Harrisburg, you'd be sitting out in the sun to stay warm in Pierre. 3-2 pitch is grounded foul. Right over to Eli Kokenge, who did not take a step, and the ball just bounced right to his left hand. Full count still here to Ty Raymond. Leadoff man is on at first here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Hunsley. And there's one down here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and it's now back to the top of the order. Porter Hunsley, he has thrown 13 2/3 innings. He had just one start. This is his fifth relief appearance and 6 overall. He's 1-2, 14 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. As the first pitch will miss for ball one to Kokenge. 11 walks, 7 strikeouts, an ERA at 3.07 and a whip at 1.83. Batting average against at 269. There's a line shot caught by Hunsley. Throw back to first. It is out at first base. A double play to end the inning. A great play by the third baseman, Grayson Hunsley, and he throws a one-hopper to Williger, who scoops it up, and it turns into a 5-3 double play to get out of the inning just like that. No runs, a hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We head to the fifth. 7-4 between Harrisburg and Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Step up to the plate with Overhead Door Company of Pierre. Like your favorite team, we deliver reliability, strength, and top-notch performance. For over 100 years, Overhead Door has been the most respected name in the industry. From commercial or residential repairs to full upgrades, our team of technicians stand ready to provide winning results. Don't let a faulty garage door strike you out. Look for the signature red ribbon and call the industry MVP at 605-224-6200. Bring your garage door game to the big leagues.
Is your roof ready for the next South Dakota storm? Don't wait till it's too late. For over 25 years, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction has been serving Central South Dakota with quality roofing and construction. He has now added gutters. We offer dependable service, guaranteed workmanship, and no unnecessary flash or fuss. Just reliable protection for your home. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction. Experience you can trust. Call today, 605-280-8133. Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, serving Central South Dakota for over 25 years.
Top of the fifth, it is 7-4 on the American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein scoreboard. And it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Cooper Twilliger, Charlie Simpson, and Trevor Rounds. Anybody reaches base, it will then go to Grayson Hunsley. Twilliger so far 0 for 2, fly out to center and a fly out to right. And his 2 trips to the plate. First pitch from Weedy will be on the outside corner for strike 1. Terwilliger had 2 hits, reached base all 3 times. Also reaching on an error in game number 1. Swings and misses at the 0-1 pitch, and the count's now 0-2. Pitch from Weedy to Terwilliger. Line shot, base hit. Will kick us off at the top of the 5th. Terwilliger's 3rd hit today. And for the Eights, that is hit number 5. Make that hit number 6 of game 2. They're actually out hitting Harrisburg right now, 6-4. But trailing where it matters the most, 7-4 in runs. Charlie Simpson, he's got one of those 6 hits with an RBI. He had a solo shot to kick off the top of the 2nd inning. Swings and fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Terwilliger leading away from first. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Charlie Simpson. That is outside, and the count's now 1-1. Hudson Stosher still is on deck. I believe maybe he was still the second baseman. Scheffelbein not out at second. That one's over for a strike. The count's 1-2. We'll have to check on that to make sure. It had Scheffelbein out at second. One-two pitch, instead check over. But here's the 1-2 to Simpson again. Grounded foul, left side. Doing it again here for Charlie Simpson. And don't forget, we've got NBA coverage, Game 7 coming up at 6 o'clock right here on KCCR. The 1-2 pitch from Weedy to Simpson. Ground ball left side, diving for it. Kokich knocks it down, but that's all he can do. And it's first and second with nobody out. Infield single for Simpson.
Base hit to the shortstop.
And now it's
number 16.
Hudson Stosher to the plate. Coastal Carolina trying to make a comeback against LSU. They're down 5-3 in the bottom of the 7th. Again, if they win that game, we'll have the finale of the best-of-3 series, Game 3 tomorrow night on KCCR. Hudson Stosher, first pitch will miss outside for ball 1 with runners at first and second and nobody out here in the top of the 5th inning. So Trevor Rounds, who was playing center, would be in for Scheffelbein. And hitting in his spot. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Stosher will drop it down the third base line. Perfect bunt from Stosher. Bare hand and no throw. It's going to be an infield single for Hudson Stosher, who drops down the perfect bunt down the third base line. Lows the bases now with nobody out, as he's got his second infield single. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. And now Grayson Hunsley, his first chance to swing the bat in game number 2. Hitting in place of Parker O'Brien. And Hunsley, who went 0 for 2 in game 1, a chance to drive something somewhere, and he could tie the ball game up. First pitch is fouled out of play for strike 1. I mean, that was perfectly placed from Stosher. One, that the third baseman wasn't going to be charging anyway. Then when he bunted down that third base line, there was only opportunity to try and even make a play would have been the third baseman. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle. Underhand flip to second for 1. To first, it'll be a double play. A run does come in to score, but it takes away a big opportunity for the Eights. This is now a 7-5 game with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning for Nolan Peterson. So 6-4-3 double play. That's a big twin killing. And no RBI for Hunsley either. as Nolan Peterson swings and misses for strike one. Bases loaded with nobody out, and only one run is scored, and there's 2 away. Got to find a way to get this run at Charlie Simpson at third. Got to find a way to get him home. Almost got him home on a wild pitch. As it counts now 1-1, Weedy lost his hat when he threw that pitch. So time called by the home plate umpire to make sure he retrieves his hat. One count, and the pitch to Peterson. Bouncing in, that was blocked up by Schlapkohl. That was a big block there by the catcher. You're going to get a pretty good hop off the turf, but when it bounces that far in front of the plate, all he was trying to do was just smother it down, and exactly what he did. 2-1 pitch, missing inside, and the count's 3-1. On deck is Porter Hunsley, the number 9 man in the batting order. 3-1 pitch. Pearson fouls this one out of play. Full count now to the Yates catcher. Here in the top of the 5th and a 2-run ball game now. 3-2 pitch. That one will miss outside for ball 4. And it's now 1st and 3rd with 2 away.
Brings up number 17, Porter Hunsley.
And the number 9 man in the batting order, Porter Hunsley, the pitcher. Chance to help himself out. Make this a 1-run ball game. We're driving somewhere, and Peterson with 2 outs. Be off with contact. Maybe drive into the gap somewhere and tie the game up. First pitch here to Hunsley. Swing and a foul. As Hunsley just got a piece of it. He barely got a piece of it, but enough for, it doesn't even have to be enough, just anything to be a foul ball, but as it being a foul ball, Pearson has to retreat to second. The 0-1 pitch to Hunsley. That one's upstairs. He uses the count at 1-1. Runners at the corners here with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Trevor Rounds now waits on deck. He's hitting in place of Carter Schuffelbein. 1-1. That one's upstairs, and the count's now 2-1. That throw from Schlapkohl almost got away from Weedy. Second baseman and Safransky was backing up, though, so would have to take a wild ricochet, or Simpson may have been able to score. Pickoff attempt, and Peterson easily back in safely. We've had a lot of hats fly around. Hudson Stosher, his hat came off as he was sitting in the dugout. Almost went out towards fair territory. That pitch will miss low to Hunsley, and the count's 3-1 to Porter. Rounds is on deck. At one point in that first or second inning, Porter Hunsley lost his hat out in center field, and I mean, he didn't even blink. He just continued to watch the pitch come in because that's how close it was when his hat flew off, as that'll be ball 4, and Porter Hunsley will draw the walk, and the bases are now loaded with 2 away. And it brings up Trevor Rounds, who will hit for the first time.
Number 11, Trevor Rounds.
So Rounds now will hit for the first time in game number 2. He went 0 for 1, drawing a walk in game number 1. A walk's as good as a hit right now because it would drive in a run. Base hit ties the game up. Gap shot could give the A's the lead. Here's the first pitch from Weedy to Rounds. That'll miss low for ball 1. No activity on the left field bullpen for Harrisburg. 1-0 pitch. That one's over for a strike, and Browns have seen that first strike come through. Counts even at a ball and a strike. One now from Weedy. That'll miss low and away. Counts 2-1. This could potentially be the ball game right here. You don't know if you're going to get another better chance than this if you're the 8s in the 6th and 7th to try and tie the game up. 2-1. Comes high and inside. 3-1 is the count. Sun and Shine waits on deck. Rounds in a good hitter's count to either draw the walk to make it a one-run ball game or get a base hit to tie the game up. 3-1 pitch from Weedy. Walks him, and it's a 7-6 game. And what was bases low with nobody out turned into a double play that scored a run. And then walking the bases backloaded and getting another run to score, as we will have a pitching change, and Ty Raymond will come on from center field to come in and pitch. So it's now a one-run ball game on the RBI walk for Trevor Rounds. We'll have a pitching change as Weedy will come out. Raymond will come in to pitch, and we'll tell you the changes here in just a moment. Back in a minute. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Look, it's no secret that owning a vehicle can cause a lot of stress, and they get a lot of wear and tear on them through the extreme seasons we've grown to love. Graham Tire wants you to know that you can trust them with any problem that you have with your vehicle. Their ASE certified mechanics can make your AC cool again, or even just change your oil. They can look into and fix those noises that seem to come from nowhere and have you stressed out. Bring your car to Graham Tire so they can put your mind at ease. Graham Tire, your tire store next door.
When you bank with First Fidelity, we reinvest your deposit right back into our community. We make loans to local families, farms, and small businesses. Community reinvestment is one of our basic purposes. It's vital to the local economy. It also helps grow our community. Stop by one of our branches today. First Fidelity Bank, first-class banking on a first-name basis. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Online at ffb-sd.com.
Ethan Beek moves into the game. Ty Raymond goes to the mound, so there is no change in the batting order, as Beek looks like he was going to go to center field, at least go in the outfield, whether they moved other guys around. But Ty Raymond now on the mound with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning in a 7-6 ball game. And Raymond, who threw earlier this week in the 3-2 win against Sioux Falls West, he threw 2/3 of an inning, giving up a run on 3 walks and 2 strikeouts in those 2/3 of an inning. He has thrown 10 2/3 innings overall. This is his 6th relief appearance, 7th overall. 8 hits, 13 runs, 9 of them earned, 13 walks and 13 strikeouts, a 5.91 ERA and a 1.97 whip, and a batting average against it 222. And he deals with Sun and Shine with 2 outs and the bases loaded. First pitch. That'll get to the backstop, trying to come in and score. The throw to the plate, the slide. They got him out. They called him out of the plate. Peterson's thrown out trying to score. And it ends the inning on a potential wild pitch. And that will take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. Peterson thrown out. And it's still 7-6 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Back in a minute. You're listening to Post 8 Baseball on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Want technology solutions you can trust from a neighbor you know? Comtech, locally owned and serving Pierre and surrounding area since 2009, is dedicated to keeping your home, farm, and business connected and secure. We offer a full range of services, from audio and video, security, surveillance, and networking with expert installation and support. Visit our storefront, call us at 605-224-4066, or visit our website, comtechplus.com, to experience the Comtech difference. Comtech, your local technology experts.
Hey, yo, Speedo's Lawn Care.
Hello. Say, my yard's in rough shape. It's got weeds, brown spots, and crabgrass.
Yeah, no problemo. What shade of green you need? We got 31 shades of green over here. Even the latest shade of septic tank grass green. That one just naturally gives off a glow.
Call the professionals at True Green. They know how to get your lawn healthy and keep it healthy. They guarantee it. All technicians are trained and certified.
Call True Green, 224-1916.
Close play at the plate does not go the Eights' way, and it turns into the inning ending, and the Eights find themselves still down by 1 run as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it'll be 2, 3, and 4 here for Noah Boucher, Bryson Esser, and Ethan Beek. As Porter Hunsley worked a clean 4th inning. Weedy officially could close the book on him. He gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in 2 2/3 innings with 4 walks and 3 strikeouts and 65 pitches. Ty Raymond gets the final out to keep him from giving up one of those extra runs. And it looked close at the plate. But as the Eights' day is gone, the plays and the calls have not gone their way.
No, Boucher.
And it will be Noah Boucher to lead things off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Boucher is yet to be retired so far today. He's either walked, been hit by a pitch, or hit a home run. He's only 1 for 1 so far today, but it was a solo shot that he hit. That one's over for a strike that counts 1-1 here from Porter Hunsley to Boucher. 1-1 pitch. Boucher will sky this out towards center field. Still going back is Rouse, and it's over his head. Because all the way out in the corner where the wall starts to cut at center field, and it turns into a double for Boucher. And it's a leadoff double that puts the runner in scoring position here for Bryson Esser, who was 1 for 2 with a RBI single in the first and reaching on an air in the third. Second hit allowed by Porter Hunsley. The lefty will come set from the stretch and deliver the first pitch for ball 1. Esser also with a home run so far today. Pop this one foul. That will get out of play. And it goes to 1-1. One pitch is popped up on the infield. Dawson Getz will call off Hudson Stosher. He'll make the catch just on the right side of second base. And one down here in the bottom of the 5th. And it's now Ethan Beek. The DH turned into the field now for Beek. He's 2 for 2. Make that 1 for 1. He doubled home run the first, and he walked. And did come around to score in the 3rd inning as well. First pitch is over for strike 1 to Beek. Post State will have 2, 3, and 4 in the top of the 6th inning. And hoping they're still down by just 1 going into that 6th. 0-1 pitch will miss for ball 1. The count's even. One pitch from Hunsley to Beek. Be flown out of play on the right side. Goes to now 1-2. Porter Hunsley has been thrown into a lot of tough situations for Post State, and he's really excelled in just about every spot that they have put him into. 1-2 pitch. That is outside, and the count's now 2-2. Not many times are you turning to a rising sophomore to throw against Post 22 on a Friday night in Rapid City with the game on the line in extra innings. That will be off the glove of Peterson. It missed inside. The count's now 3-2. And then just a couple days later, obviously the Eights didn't get the outcome they wanted to, but Hunsley threw well. Just a couple days later, Hunsley had the bases loaded with nobody out, and he couldn't allow a run to score, otherwise the game was going to end. And he strikes out the side, strikes out the next three guys in order, as he'll issue the walk to Beek here to make it first and second with one out. And it will bring up now Griffin Schlappkolt, who is 0 for 2 so far, reaching on an error and also striking out. But he was able to get through that inning to keep the game tied and allow the Eights to end up winning the ball game against Post 320. Here's a line shot. That'll turn into another double play as the catch was made by Stosher at second. He flips to Getz in the second double play turn, doubling off a man in the last two innings. And no runs score again. No runs on one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. To the top of the sixth we go, 7-6. Harrisburg leads Pierre by 1. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
When you're looking for quality trash pickup services, look no further than Envirotech. 6 days a week, their trucks are on the road picking up trash, even holidays. They're also the place to contact for recycling services. Their friendly, professional staff is ready to assist with weekly pickups or even special pickups. Check out the website at envirotechwaste.com. Envirotech is locally operated. Call 224-4804. Envirotech Waste Services in Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
When life throws you a curveball, May Adam Law Firm in Pierre is here to help you knock it out of the park. For over 130 years, we've been providing trusted legal expertise in business, family law, criminal defense, and more. Proud sponsors of this season's baseball action, we're committed to serving our community both on and off the field. Need legal advice? Step up to the plate with May Adam Law Firm. Visit mayadam.net or call today. May Adam, South Dakota's law firm since 1881.
We welcome you back. It is a 7-6 ball game in the top of the sixth inning. And 2, 3, and 4 here for the Eights. Sutton Sunshine, Dawson Getz, and Cooper Twilliger. Anybody reaches base, Charlie Simpson will come to the plate. And Post State is trying to get themselves back. Tied ball game. They have not led yet today. They tied the game after being down 4-0 in the first inning. They tied it to make it a 4-4 game in the second. Then went down 7-4, and now it's a 7-6 game. In the College World Series, LSU and Coastal Carolina, they moved to the ninth inning, and Coastal Carolina is going to find a way to come back down by 2 runs in the ninth inning. If they do, we'll have coverage at 6:15 tomorrow for Game 3 of the College World Series. First pitch is outside for ball 1. If not, we'll have next game scheduled, next baseball broadcast or just general game broadcast. This has popped up on the infield. First baseman Boucher will move over to the right side to make the catch, move over to his right. And we'll make the catch. The leadoff man retired here at the top of the sixth, and it brings up Dawson Getz. Right now it's Friday is the next scheduled doubleheader against Box Elder for Post State. But Coach Iverson is still trying to maybe find a game somewhere next week. We'll see if anything, if Post State's able to find a game or a doubleheader or just a single game, something to try and play where they were scheduled to play against Sturgis on the road, as that one's over for a strike that counts 1-1. The next doubleheader or next games that South Dakota play, this will come inside and it counts 2-1. It'll be the following Tuesday when Pierre will host Sioux Falls West in a doubleheader before traveling out to Aberdeen the next day. This one will bounce up and hit the mask of the home plate umpire. The count's now 3-1. Raymond had threw just one pitch when he came in relief with the bases loaded and 2 outs. He threw a wild pitch and it turned into an out anyway, as this will be ball 4 to Dawson Getz. And there is a 1-on and 1 out, so the tying run is aboard here at the top of the 6th inning to bring up Cooper Twilliger. Twilliger 1 for 3 so far. He singled the lead off the top of the 5th and came in to score. First pitch is outside for ball 1. He scored on that double play that was turned. And then Rounds got the RBI walk to make it a 7-6 ball game. 1-0 pitch, ground ball right side, but it'll be fielded by the first baseman. Throw to second for 1. That's all they're going to get. Kokench keeps it in his pocket, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 6th inning. And it's now Charlie Simpson. So 3-6 fielder's choice. And now Simpson, who has a home run in the ball game, with one swing of the bat, could give the Eights their first lead today. First pitch will bounce in. Nice scoop by Schlapko, the catcher. And the count's 1-0. Porter Hunsley will have to deal with 6, 7, and 8 in the bottom of the 6th inning for Harrisburg. That one will catch the corner for a strike, and the count's 1-1 here to Simpson. Knowing that, regardless of how you get through that 6th inning, if you want to win the ball game, you got to go through that top of the order still for Harrisburg. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle. Be fielded by Kokench, who was going to flip it to second, but the second baseman Safransky moved off the bag, and Kokench was able to scamper his way to the bag in time to touch it for the 3rd out and retire the side. It turns into a 6U fielder's choice and ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-6, Harrisburg leads Pierre. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
With any dream, the wind won't always be at your back, the sun won't always be shining, and some rain is going to fall. American Family Insurance is like a good, solid roof that you can trust to protect your biggest dreams. With plans that could save you up to 23% when you bundle your home and auto. Also, you can continue to dream fearlessly, no matter what comes your way. American Family Insurance.
Visit mfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company assigned its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Contact the Brittany Shufflebind Agency, LLC, 224-6627.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
As we welcome you back, bottom of the 6th, 7-6, Harrisburg leads. First pitch from Porter Hunsley will be lined out more towards right field. That's going to get into the gap for extra bases. Tate Muntz will open up with at least a double. Picked up by Rounds out in right center field. And it will be a leadoff double for Tate Muntz, his 2nd double of the ball game. And Muntz is standing on at second, just like he was with 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. This time, though, with nobody on or nobody out, an opportunity. Now, Boucher led off the last inning with a double. And Hunsley was able to work around it and end up getting him doubled off to end the inning on a double play. But Michael Oakland, who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, trying to give some insurance runs to Harrisburg. First pitch will be upstairs for ball 1. Post 8 in the 7th, we'll have 6, 7, and 8. Hudson Stosher, Grayson Hunsley, and Nolan Peterson. Right now, needing at least 1 run. That one will miss just inside. The count's 2-0, and hopefully needing just 1 run to tie the ball game up. Two-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-1. There's a swing and a miss again as the count's now 2-2. Oakland, who had a triple in game number 1, went 1 for 3 and make that 1 for 2. Right now trying to avoid the hat trick of strikeouts. 2-2 pitch, fights it off and fouls it over to the first base side. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunsley comes set, 2-2 pitch. Swinging a foul off the mask of Peterson. Might have tipped off the glove and then the mask. And the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a strikeout is Porter Hunsley. Looking for his second one. 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Third strikeout of Oakland in the ball game, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 6th. And it brings up Darren Safransky, who's 1 for 2. Safransky singled in the 4th inning to lead things off, but then he was thrown out, being doubled off in a line shot as the first pitch is over for strike 1. That top of the order is creeping ever closely. 0-1 pitch. Will be outside, the count's 1-1. Outside of, again, turning a double play here for the 3rd straight inning, you're at least going to have to see the number 9 man in Ty Raymond, which, again, if you want to win a ball game against Harrisburg, you're going to have to face that top of the order another time. This is going to be popped up right side, backing up is Hudson Stosher. He'll make the catch as he lost his hat almost immediately after the ball was hit, and there's now 2 down. And so Hunsley has done a good job, again, of trying to stall that runner, the leadoff double, as Ty Raymond now to the plate. Boucher led off with a double. He had 3 straight innings with leadoff hits, a single by Safransky, then a double by Boucher, and now a double by Muntz. And so far, the 2 did not come in to score, and the 3rd one has not come in to score. As the count's 0-1 here to Ty Raymond, who's 0 for 2. Ground out to first and struck out swinging. 0-1 pitch. That one missed inside. I don't think it would have missed low. That was a really good pitch there by Hunsley. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. Hunsley looking for a strikeout. Finish out the inning. 1-2 pitch. That one will miss high and outside. Count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two from Hunsley. Fly ball right field. That is out of play. Oh, actually a long run here. It stayed in play, and a diving attempt by Simpson, but he couldn't make the catch. It was well foul, and it came back into fair territory, and Simpson couldn't make the diving catch to make it now an 8-6 ball game and an RBI single for Ty Raymond.
Now to bat number 12, Eli Kokench.
It'll be Eli Kokench now to the plate, as we're going to have a pinch runner in Kason Severson that will, I guess, courtesy runner because Raymond's now pitching. But now Eli Kokench to the plate. Boy, that ball, I mean, off the bat looked like it was nowhere chance to even stay in play, and then it tailed his way all the way, hooked his way all the way back into fair territory. The first pitch to Kokench misses for ball 1. Then Simpson almost made an incredible diving catch, and just unable to, that end up scoring the runner. I mean, Raymond was not even close to first base when the ball dropped, missing the diving catch from Simpson, because he initially hit it and thought it was well fouled. 2-0 pitch here to Kokench. Missing, that's off the glove of Peterson. The count's now 3-0. With a 3-0 count, if you're Coach Adams, you're probably giving Kokench the green light. And he did give him the green light because he told him to put it out there. So you can't go right down the middle to Kokench, otherwise it's a 9-6 game. And he did throw it down the middle, but Kokench swung and missed at it. The count's now 3-1. There'd have been no win factor to that home run swing by Kokenge. 3-1 pitch. He's going to sky this one out towards right field. Charlie Simpson looking for it. He'll give way to Trevor Rounds, who will make the catch and retire the side, and will send us to the top of the 7th inning. They were able to get away with a 3-0 count to Kokenge and a 3-1 pitch. They got out of the inning. But a run does score on 2 hits of the inning. There are no errors and a man left on base. We head to the top of the 7th. 8-6 our score between Pierre and Harrisburg. Down the last chance here for Post 8. Back in a minute on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Stolken Peterson LLP has been your local CPA firm for over 40 years, offering tax preparation, bookkeeping, payroll, and consulting services. If your business, farm, or ranch needs professional, accurate, and reliable services, we are your firm. Our clients are our #1 priority. If you need a higher level of accounting service, give us a call at 605-224-5828. That's Stolken Peterson LLP, 222 East Missouri Avenue in Pierre.
Back here, it is the top of the 7th here in Harrisburg. 8-6, Post 8 trails by 2. Hudson Stosher, Grayson Hunsley, Nolan Peterson, 6, 7, and 8 in the order. Against Ty Raymond needing 2 runs to keep the ball game alive and avoid the doubleheader sweep. Stosher is 2 for 3. Infield single in the 2nd, and then a bunt single in the 5th. Ty Raymond, an inning and a third of relief so far. First pitch, a curveball that drops in for strike 1. He might reach his base, which Post 8 needs guys to reach base. Porter Hunsley would come to the plate, and then Trevor Rounds back to the top of the order. Counts 1-1. They for sure need at least those 5 guys to come to the plate here. 1-1 pitch to Stosher is high and outside, and the count's 2-1. Two 2-1 pitch. That one stays upstairs, and the count's now 3-1. Tried to be framed by Schlapkohl, and that was a pretty close pitch, but the Eights get the call. 3-1 pitch. That is high and outside, and a leadoff walk to start us off in the 7th inning.
Grayson Hunsley.
So now Grayson Hunsley, who is 0 for 1. He walked twice. Actually, he's just 0 for 1. Parker O'Brien walked twice in that spot. Hunsley grounded into a double play that scored a run, but he doesn't get credit for the RBI. Mound visit here from Schlapkohl to Raymond. Not playing small ball quite yet. If Hunsley gets on base, maybe you see Nolan Peterson drop down a bunt. But needing 2 runs, not going to be bunting in this spot. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Runner on at first here with nobody out in the top of the 7th. 1-0 pitch. Misses low, and the count's 2-0. The 2-0 to Hunsley. That one's over for a strike. Looked like he was taking all the way after he threw just 1 strike to Stosher and started out 2-0 in the count. Hunsley was waiting for a first strike to be thrown. Now the 2-1 from Raymond. That will bounce in as the count now moves to 3-1. There is activity on the left field bullpen for Harrisburg. Well, they need to go to him to try and still win the ball game. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball that'll be up the middle, but it's going to be Kokenge that will step on second. The throw to first. It's a 6-3 double play.
6-3 double play.
Almost took a bad hop to Kokenge, but the shortstop is not going to miss that play. And after the leadoff walk, turns into a double play. 2 down now in the 7th, and it's Nolan Peterson. Eights need a big 2-out rally. First pitch will stay upstairs for ball 1. There's a line shot by Peterson. That will drop in for a base hit, so the tying run will be on base, and then it gets away from the right fielder for a moment for Muntz. Peterson will dive his way into second. Going to be a single and an error. Peterson run doesn't matter as it stands right now, but it does extend the ball game over to Porter Hunsley. As now Hunsley needs to get on base to allow Trevor Rounds to come to the plate. Hunsley 0 for 2 so far, sac fly RBI. I think that he's just 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He also drew a walk in his 3 plate appearances. First pitch is over for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's outside. The count's now 1-1. Carter Schuffelbein gave up 5 of the 7 runs that were earned. Although the 3 runs in that 3rd inning, better defensive plays. We're talking about the Eights having a lead right now instead of being down by 2 as it counts 2-1. I believe, well, there were 3 errors in that inning by Post State. That will bounce in, and the count's now 3-1, and Hunsley, who represents a tying run, get a good hitter's count here. Boy, it wouldn't be something if he drove one out of the ballpark. Tied the ball game up with 2 outs in the 7th. Got a good hitter's count to make it happen. 3-1 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4. Peterson will take third on the wild pitch. It puts runners at the corners. Tying run is now on base, and it's the top of the order for Trevor Rounds.
Up to bat number 11, Trevor Rounds.
Rounds walked in a run in his only plate appearance so far in game 2 after Schuffelbein went 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch will bounce in for ball 1. Sonnenschein, who's 2 for 4, is on deck. Now we got time called. And a quick mound visit here to maybe settle down Raymond. Man, the bullpen is hot in left field. Everybody was looking over. He and the bullpen catcher, along with the guy that's out there making sure that the ball stays out in left field or keeps protecting them as well. They all were peering in thinking that he was going to go in the ball game, but instead they're going to stay with Raymond to try and get this final out. With a 1-0 count to Trevor Rounds. It's another close ball game. I'm not going to say it's a 1-run ball game yet because it's still a 2-run game, but I mean, you're 1 swing away from tying this game up, and truthfully, it's also 1 swing away from taking the lead in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-0. That's above the letters for strike 1, and the count's 1-1. 1-1 pitch. That'll be taken for a strike, and the count's now 1-2. Back-to-back breaking balls thrown to Rounds. Raymond go one more time. 1-2 pitch. Another curveball that stays upstairs. Ducking underneath it was Rounds, and the count's now 2-2. The deuces are wild here in the top of the 7th. 2 on and 2 out, and a 2-2 pitch. 2-run ball game. Rounds will foul off the plate, stays alive. Trying to pass along to Sutton Sonnenschein. Raymond comes set from the stretch. 2-2. Fouled away again. Staying alive. Trevor Rounds with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Last hope right now for Post State. Another 2-2 pitch. Curveball stays upstairs, and the count's now full at 3-2. Getting a head start will be Porter Hunsley over at first. So really now something down the line in the gap would tie the ball game up. 3-2 pitch. Rounds does not swing and misses low for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded. That was a very close pitch to take. But the bases are now loaded. Second walk issued by Rounds, and we'll have a pitching change with 2 outs and the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning. And see who is going to come in to pitch. It'll be number 2 in Ryland Bowe that will come in to try and get the final out. We'll keep it here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Be the 4th pitcher used by Harrisburg to try and win this ball game. And Ryland Bowe will have 1 opportunity, I guess technically 2 opportunities to win the ball game here. With the bases low and 2 outs, he's got to face Sutton Sunshine. He's got to get Sutton Sunshine or Dawson gets out. Also, he can still get Dawson gets out. The game can still be tied, but at the most, he's got those 2 guys that he has to get one of those 2 guys out to try to win the ball game. As Bowe is warming up right now, he did pitch in that 11-1 win against Sioux Falls West. He threw 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. And overall in the season for Bowe, he's thrown 12 2/3 innings. This will be his 3rd relief appearance and 6th overall. 12 hits, 14 runs, 8 of them earned, 16 walks, 11 strikeouts. The ERA at 4.42, the whip at 2.11. Batting average against at 226. So Sutton Sunshine, who is 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in this ball game, 3 overall today, has the chance with a base hit to tie the game up. And Bowe's hit the backstop a couple of times in these warm-up tosses. A wild pitch puts things that much closer for the A's to try and take the lead. But Bowe warming up right now. It's top of the 7th. And again, the A's are down to their final out, but also 1 swing away from tying it up. So 4-0 lead after the first inning for Harrisburg. Charlie Simpson hit a home run at the top of the 2nd that started a 4-run inning to make it 4-4. Harrisburg made it 7-4 with a couple of fielding errors by Post State, a couple throwing miscues as well by Post State, made it 7-4. The A's got to 7-6. Harrisburg added a run in the bottom of the 6th inning to make it 8-6, and that's where we stand right now. As Sutton Sunshine will come to the plate with 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. Hitting with runners in scoring position, .333 batting average for Sunshine. You got, I think that's .353. Here's a ground ball left side. That's through for a base hit. They will round Hunsley. It's booted. It's going to be a tie ball game. A 2 RBI single for Sutton Sunshine. The first pitch he sees ties the game at 8 at the top of the 7th. 4 RBIs in the ball game now for Sunshine. First and second with 2 away. And now can Getz give the A's the lead? He is 1 for 2 so far with 2 walks. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Inning started with a walk and then a double play before a single by Peterson, back-to-back walks, and a 2 RBI single from Sunshine. The 1-0. That will catch the top of the zone, floats in for a strike, and the count's 1-1. Getz kind of gave up on that off-speed pitch that settled it in at the letters. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss low and away, and the count's 2-1. Cooper Twilliger is the man on deck. He'd be the 8th man to come to the plate. 2-1 count with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. Now a tie ball game. The 2-1 pitch fouled out of play, and the count goes now 2-2. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for Harrisburg. Boucher, Esser, and Beck. To make that Beak, excuse me. Boucher and Esser both have hit home runs so far today. So they're, right now, if things don't change, they're one swing away from winning a ball game immediately. That one will bounce in. The count's now 3-2. And the Eights have played another one-run extra inning ball game again. I guess technically they can score multiple runs and win by it, but it's come down to a one-run ball game in the final inning another time here for the Eights. 3-2 pitch to Getz. As a chopper, that is going to be a fair ball, and stepping on the bag over at third will be Oakland to retire the side and keep this an 8-8 game going to the bottom of the 7th. But 2 runs score on just 2 hits in the inning. There were no errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th, all squared at 8s. You're listening to Post State Baseball on KCCR, and you're watching it on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Swing for the fences with a great deal from Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Whether you need a powerful truck, a fuel-efficient sedan, or a spacious SUV, they've got the perfect lineup to keep you on the road and in the game. Don't strike out. Stop by today or visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, where the best deals in town are always in play.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
First pitch comes in, and Boucher will lace that one foul out of play. On the first pitch that he sees here in the bottom of the 7th. Post 8 is playing another final at-bat extra inning ball game. 0-1 pitch will miss inside, and the count's now 1-1. They lost 5-3 to Brookings in 9 innings back in the first game of the day, the first game of the season. Then they lost 2-1 and a walk-off to East. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-1. They were walked off 3-2 in the Veterans Classic to Post 22. Then they won a 10-6 8-inning game against the Post 320. They lost 6-5 in 8 innings to, or 6-5 in walk-off loss to Dickinson. Then lost by 1 run to Renner, 4-3. This will be fouled back, and the count is now full at 3-2 to Boucher. It has been a lot of close ball games for Post 8. This will be upstairs and outside on a leadoff walk, and the winning run is now on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Up to bat number 15, Rice.
Here's Brian Esser. Again, he's also homered today. He's driven in a total of 4 runs, 3 in game number 1. He had an RBI single in the bottom of the first here in game number 2. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Porter Hunsley seemingly always in these situations where the game is going into extra innings or in the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 pitch fouled away, and the count's now 1-1. This is the third straight inning. The third straight inning here for Porter Hunsley, where the leadoff man has reached base. Fourth straight inning for Hunsley. This will be flown out towards left field. Long run for everybody. Diving, and Sonnenschein can't make the catch. It'll be a single for Esser. And it's first and second now with nobody out.
Up to bat number 7.
And Ethan Beek to the plate. Beek is 1 for 1 with an RBI double. And he's drawn 2 walks. So it's Ethan Beek, Griffin Schlapkolt, Tate Muntz. Those next three hitters trying to win the ball game. Beek swings to the first pitch and fouls it back to the netting for strike one. Winning runs now in scoring position with nobody out in the bottom of the seventh. 0-1 pitch. Bounce again. Good block there by Peterson. He's going to be a wall back there behind the plate. No wild pitches, no pass balls. Everything's got to be smothered at the plate by Peterson. 1-1 pitch. That'll miss low and inside. And the count goes now 2-1. This is Porter Hunsley's game. As there's nobody warming up in the right field bullpen. 2-1 pitch. Has a high fly ball to right field. That one's going back to the wall. That will bounce off the wall, and that will win the ball game. Another walk-off hit against Post State. It'll be a walk-off single for Ethan Beek, and a 7 to make that a 9-8 win for Harrisburg as they sweep Post State in a doubleheader. 9-8 our final score and a walk-off. Back in, wrap it up after this here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
South Dakota's award-winning news station is KCCR 1240 AM, 98.9 FM, K255DE Pierre, a riverfront broadcasting station.
Becky Pottsaba and State Farm Insurance are here to help you with your insurance and banking needs. State Farm's not just insurance. It's banking, investments, IRAs, loans, and a whole lot more. We offer guidance in a personal and caring way that helps you manage the risks of everyday life, recover from the unexpected, and find ways to control costs so you can realize your dreams. We know how life is, and we're here for you. Stop in to see Becky at 1315 East Wells Avenue in Pierre, or call Becky at 224-4173.
Is it the competition that keeps bringing you back? The long-standing rivalries? Or is it seeing friends again and cheering on your favorite team? At First Dakota, we're here for it all. We appreciate the fans, the players, the coaches and officials, the concessions crew. The shared community experience is part of what makes life here great, and we're here for it. See you at the game. First Dakota National Bank, member FDIC.
For over 60 years, Ferding Electric has been powering homes and businesses across central South Dakota. When you need reliable electrical service, trust the experts with decades of experience. Whether it's a simple residential repair, a complex commercial installation, or even electrical work on your farm, Ferding Electric has you covered. And if you're tired of searching everywhere for that hard-to-find bulb, Ferding Electric carries a wide selection of bulbs, including those hard-to-find fluorescent and specialty options. Visit us at 2903 East Elizabeth Street or call today, 605-224-8684. Venture Communications has deep roots in rural South Dakota. Venture now proudly provides fiber to the home with 100% of our customers, enabling them to enjoy super fast and reliable internet connections. We'd like the opportunity to keep you in touch with the people and resources that matter most. 100% fiber and 100% committed to rural South Dakota. Call Venture Communications today at 605-852-2224, 605-852-2224, or online at venturecom.net.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner, they will answer your questions, and they will even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy, the pharmacy you know and trust. The number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
We welcome you back. It is a final as Post State is knocked off by Harrisburg in a walk-off 9-8 in game 2 of our doubleheader. A 13-3 game 1 win for Harrisburg over Pierre. And then after the Eights came back from down 4-0, they went down 7-4, and they were down 8-6 with 2 outs in the top of the 7th inning. They fought back to make it an 8-8 game, but they ended up losing 9-8 on a walk-off single by Ethan Beek, who drove it out to the wall. It was a total of 4 home runs hit by Harrisburg in game 1 as they ran out to a 13-3 win. But Post State really settled in after that first inning. Carter Schuffelbein went those 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 7 runs, 5 of them earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Only 2 runs against Porter Hunsley in those final 4 innings as he had to deal with the leadoff man reaching base in all 4 innings that he threw in relief, but only gave up just those 2 runs as the Eights fall 9-8. 9 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, and only 2 men left on base for Harrisburg. 8 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors, and 10 men left on base for Post State. Time of the ball game was 2 hours and 8 minutes as the winning pitcher will be Rylan Bowe, who end up with the run being charged to him, or they weren't charged to him, but the runs end up being tying the ball game up, and Porter Hunsley will end up getting the loss as the Eights now fall to 8-9 on the season and have dropped 3 straights overall. They will be facing Box Elder as their next scheduled game. We'll have coverage Friday. If things change, we'll let you know. If there's a game picked up somewhere, we'll let you know whatever the change might be, however things will look. But right now, our next scheduled doubleheader will be Friday against Box Elder here on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports. We've got the NBA Finals coming up here, and about another 50 minutes from now at 6 o'clock, we'll have coverage of the NBA Finals Game 7 between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. That will wrap things up for us, though, here in Harrisburg. It is a final score in Game 1 and 2, a 13-3 win for Harrisburg in Game 1, a 9-8 win in the walk-off win for Harrisburg in Game 2 as the Eights fall in a doubleheader sweep to Harrisburg. For John Winkler here, saying goodbye. We'll see you next Friday.
On YouTube at KCCR Sports. Post 8 Baseball is brought to you by Comtech, True Green Chemlawn, Edward Jones Financial, Overhead Doors, Todd's Electric, Shane's Pharmacy, Jaeger, AGE, First Fidelity, State Farm Becky Possiba Agency, Capital City Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Missouri River Dentistry, Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, Agtegra, Ferding Electric, Envirotech, Kruger Climate Systems, Stalkin Peterson LLP, Wagner Auto, the South Dakota Office of Attorney General, Division of Consumer Protection, Gales Gas, First United Methodist Church, Karsten Erickson Roofing and Construction, Beck Motors, May Adam, American Family Insurance Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Lamb Motors, Bank West, CHS River Plains, Faith Lutheran Church, Graham Tire, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Venture Communications, and the American of Fort Pierre. Join us all season on KCCR and on YouTube at KCCR Sports for more Post 8 Baseball. This has been a special presentation of